Good morning, Franz. How you doing? Morning, Mildrews. Morning, Fantasy. You know, it's funny. I think I slept better at Conquest. Good morning, Lucky Lisa. Oh my god, that is so cute. That is a cute kitty. How you doing, guys? I'm just waking up. Like I said, I think I slept better at Conquest than I did than I do at home. That is weird. Weird hot chocolate. I got hot chocolate this morning because I got stuff left over from Conquest that I gotta use up. How did you sprain your ankle? Fantasy? What did you do? I see someone's got a nice set of animated emotes. I haven't made any yet. Oh, I don't want to make any. Box and tea! Hello, welcome! Thank you for the follow while I was offline. Good morning, good morning. Welcome. Welcome to the islands. Well, there's several islands, of course, but we usually just live on one of them, you know? We got white sandy beaches, black basalt mountains, volcanoes, you know. How it be on a tropical volcanic caldera. I'm just gonna take my medicine real quick. Ah! A little bit too hot. No! It burns! Precious! It is very homey here. We're very chill vibes. My music is usually different, but I'm using Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions in the background. Sorry. May have missed earlier, but I think I get better sleep at the LARP I go to than I do it at my own home. Wow. I'm glad you didn't break it, because that sounds fascinating. Oh, that one just bounced right off. Oh my god, that tea bag is amazing, and I love it. That is beautiful. Yeah, I'm drinking hot chocolate this morning because I've got stuff to use up. But yeah. As for the art piece, thank you. I've been working on this for quite a while now. But I usually only work on it on stream. This is a commission piece for Necromancer Dark, who is one of our chatters here. And one of our biggest supporters. Also, if you get locked in ad jail, you know, the merchant ships, they come by and they steal your attention. Just let me know if I'm in the middle of saying something, and I will hold off. But thank you so much for coming by. I'm assuming you found us through Moko Made yesterday, perhaps. They're really supportive of everyone in the art community. I usually raid into Evan Blair Art, but apparently he got flooded out, and while I was away, and he ended up he's not streaming this week because he's getting things back in order. So yeah, apparently I'm not allowed to go on vacation because things happen while I'm gone. Am I even on the right layer? What is happening here? What is this is not doing anything. Why? Oh, that's because that's not on that layer. Alright. I'm gonna erase this a little bit here, so I'm not confused by that. The jewelry is just a placement. Everything else is on one layer. So for proof, one layer. If you need further proof, I have saved variations over the course of the project. Now I'm gonna reset my window. Why do I do this to myself? You have a layer for your layers layer? I used to do everything on separate layers. Good morning, Servita! I hope you and Eileen are doing well. And Falcon. Forgetting Falcon is one as well now that I have met. Whole family of LARPers. Same since I'm gonna walk on Monday, get some training in before Conquest next year. Well, heal first. Don't push yourself too hard, because if you give yourself a permanent injury, that's also no good. But yes, I used to do everything on separate layers, and I was, you know, just watching various art tutorials, and one guy who's a professional artist said, you know, it's great that we have this tool, but if you learn to work without it, your skills will be better. You know, it's sort of like learning the foundations the old ways. One's written in runes. And so I started trying to do everything on one layer, and while it is a bit more inconvenient, in other ways it's more convenient, because I can just paint right over top of it. It's painful when I have to go in and paint the hands like 15 times. But it's a good exercise, and of course we do other exercises here where we duplicate a picture. So the top is the quote-unquote photo. It's actually a clip from an AI video that I saw in the background. I was listening to a creepypasta at one point. And we recreate the picture without selecting any color from the actual original one. So we could... I've been hydrated. Thanks, Death Sand. And the dancing dinos. So you have to pick only from the color wheel. And I've learned so much from this exercise alone that it's just wild.
Nefficus says, everyone take your meds.
And that is our TTS, our Havarti, our little lumpfish down next to the follows and the subscribers. I'm gonna have to get something cool to drink because my hot chocolate is actually too hot to drink at the moment. The question is, I don't want soda this morning. Yeah. The practice thing is something I picked up from another artist that I was following. I can't remember the name of their channel. Ow! Nice! Can't remember the name of their channel off the top of my head, but this was an exercise that he would do every morning when he went to work. It was from one of the big studios like Pixar or Disney or something. And and they would set up a still life, and they would do one of these every day. It was either a still life or he's like, you know, just use a photo. So like back in December when I first got back into streaming after like a 4-year break, I started with an egg. Now with the really cute emotes again. Oh! Everything's just bouncing off my head today. It's like 2 hydrates. I'm trying to explain things here, guys. It feels so icky knitting with acrylic yarn. Oh yeah, you're knitting with plastic. It's gonna be weird. Oh, the egg lesson. I didn't get any egg lessons in school except for when I was required to take a parenting class or home ec, and my school was too poor to have home ec. So we were forced to take a parenting class, but we were also too poor to have the screaming baby dolls. So we had to take a boiled egg and take care of it for a month. And we were supposed to carry it around to every class and take care of it and treat it like our child. I put it on my dresser and I left it there the entire time, and I wrote the report and all of the like time logs in a day, the day before the assignment was due, and I got 100% because I did not break my egg, and I had time logs of everything I did with little Tamago-san. This literally named Egg-san. Mr. Egg. Because I'm a weeb. You love my laugh? That's the first time anybody has ever said that to me. If you like my laugh, you'll like Good. Good's laugh is addictive, man. I love hearing him laugh. It's... Oh, when he's sad, I'm just like, no, Good, you need to laugh. You are the most joyous man on this planet. I took an art class in elementary. We did a few things like homework. Was to lay an egg down and draw it, and learn how to shade and light source, etc. Yes, and that was the exact same exercise that I had done. Sorry, guys. I'll get to your hydrate in a moment. Your hydrates in a moment. We'll bring up the egg that we drew. So this was the first exercise we did. May it rest in pieces. Oh, you also did the egg baby thing. Nice. Nice. Good to know that someone else understands when the high school is too poor for anything. So, what I learned from this exercise is that my darks are not dark enough and my lights are not light enough. And this screenshot was taken directly from the video that I got the exercise from. And then the next one was a banana. Where's the banana? I feel like I'm saying that word weird. Banana. I just didn't give a shit about the carpet. It was the banana that I really wanted to draw. Again, like you can see that my darks are not dark enough and my lights are not light enough. I wasn't really confident with my shading. And that's the primary thing I learned from that exercise, and that's where we're at today with doing these kinds of paintings, because we've built up our skills. And like, I started doing these because I was doing a commission for Necromancer, and you can see the difference in just how much I've grown in the past few months. this is just a few months apart in terms of painting skills. So I can't stress enough how excellent these exercises are. You know, exercises. Poor Tesla is sitting here staring at me. He's like, are you gonna let me out now? I finished eating my breakfast. So I'm gonna quickly fill my water glass, which happens to be a mason jar, so that I can redeem those hydrates, because the hot chocolate's too hot to drink. Be back in a moment. Nugget! I guess I'm not gonna stand here and pet you while you eat the last of your kibble. You had your chance. You know how this works. Oh god, my thighs are still so stiff. They hurt. So much chatting has been happening, I haven't been able to read it. Maybe we will hold it against you. Look, I was a weeb before it was cool to be a weeb. I'm like a weeb hipster. I liked anime in like 1996. So I'm like weeb plus. And I'm proud of it. The only art class I took in school, the teacher said I could not use my HB2 mechanical pencil I'd always drawn with, and insisted we get charcoal pencils, which for $100 was just for fun. What? For like public school. Your teacher's nuts. I learned how to and distressed a red with gray underneath pumpkin cart with acrylics. What? A pumpkin cart. I'm confused. I don't know what that is, Lucky Lisa, I'm sorry. My dad looked at the price and said, yeah, we're too poor for that. Ask them for something else or take a different art class. Jesus. Yeah, no, I understand that. You wanna know how you make, you wanna know how you do charcoal art? You burn some wood really hot, and then you wait for it to cool off, and then you've got charcoal. And that's how you get charcoal. For free. Knitting a chaos scarf of the ones I have left in the box, so my natural yarns can be in that one. Yeah. Alright, let's redeem these 2 hydrates here. Oh yeah, strawberry drink. It's a girliest thing that Nameless can drink here. Yeah, I am proud with the progress I've made. This is still a good piece. It hasn't reached the level of art that this one did. This one hit a point that I've never had in my life as an artist, where it was like, this is a cool picture, and then I did that thing in the background where I started putting in the smoke. Like, I had to erase a whole bunch of stuff. So if you watch the VOD from the other day, when I was working on this, not yesterday, but I think the day before, I had to erase, well, not erase, but paint over a bunch of stuff, and like the tail was one of the things, and I just quickly slapdashed it into the background with my regular round mixing brush, which is what I use for most of this painting, and it blended in with the fog in the background, and I was like, you know what? Let's continue this look. And I dragged that look down and started blending in her skirt. And, like, I don't know what it is. The break that I took before Conquest and during Conquest really changed something in the way I perceive things. And maybe it was just I needed that break, but blending her skirt down and merging the foreground, middle ground, and background like that, just, I don't know, it brought everything together and just made it into something really, really cool. So I still want to drag a little bit more. I don't want to touch the left side of the painting, but the right side still needs quite a bit of work. I mean, we haven't even gone into the details phase. So, like, down here, you can see, like, just zooming in, it's so messy, but there's something so alive about it. This is at 133%, so this is the actual size of the painting. And, like, you can see, like, I have not done much cleanup. The hands still need so much work around them. I need to put in deeper shadows. So there's still so much to do. But just, I don't know, I've never had that moment where I'm like, oh yeah, this is a cool picture, to I feel like I've actually created art. The zoom options for this are not good. It goes from like 25% to 12.5%. I'm just like, I need something a little bit more than that. Well, like when I got back from Conquest, this is where we had left off, right? Like her lower half was too big. Her shoulders were at the wrong angle. It was just you know, like, it's a cool picture. I hadn't done much shading work along the clothing, just, you know, slapdash some shapes and color in, and then we tried fixing the arms. You can see where I started to move the tail and change things, and then just like and I'm just really proud of it. And like, that moment as an artist is like something that people who use AI art will never experience. There was a YouTuber that I watched for a long time named Shadowversity. He's actually the brother of Jazza Draws, or just Jazza, I think it's now. But, like, the man is like whole hog, like, I am an artist, and uses AI. And he's like, I am an artist and I'm not stealing because I'm using my own skills to enhance it. I blocked him. I unsubscribed from his channels after watching him for years. And I blocked him. I blocked all of his extra channels. I will not interact with his content because as an artist, I cannot condone the use of AI. Now, like, people who commission me, I will accept AI references. I prefer not. But I understand that some people are not writers either, and like, there's so much AI art on the internet now, like, you can't get away from it. And AI is a generative tool, but like Necromancer, he gives me AI references for these pictures. He's like, these are the kinds of things I'm looking for because I can't quite get the description down in writing. And while I hate the AI references, it's he still commissions me and pays me very well for these paintings. So I always want to do my best, and I'm always trying to find like new exercises to get better at certain things, like noses and lips and stuff. Oh, let's catch up on the reading here. Teacher's awful of implementing buy expensive tools. Yeah, absolutely. You can get charcoal for free from a fire pit, and it's just as good as any charcoal that you will buy from the art store, especially if you're a beginner. I have charcoal. I have lots of charcoal from many years as an artist, and I will probably never use it all. As a matter of fact, I should break it up and use it as charcoal for fire and burning things. If you're drinking water from a glass container. I mean, it was on the counter, and I was like, I need a vessel, and the glass is just, I don't want to stir anything. It's got a lid, so I can shake up the drink mix. Yeah, it works. Yeah, I had teachers that are like, you can't do nice shading and blending with a mechanical pencil that's using just like standard, 0.5mm HB lead. And I was like, I will prove you wrong, and I made beautiful pieces. But yeah, that's a silly price for charcoal pencils. I can't even conceive of that price. Like, were they like Winsor and Newton limited edition bullshit? Like, hi, Ross. I didn't see you sneak in there. There's so much purple in the chat today. And I'm good today, thank you. I hope you're well. It's an art supply specialty store. Oh, Wallach's. I know exactly the one you're talking about. It's Wallach's. Why is strawberry a girly drink? Because it's pink? Well, this one's actually health potion red. But I don't know, strawberry's just associated with girly things. Like Strawberry Shortcake, the character. Very girly kids show. Character. Cartoon. Thing. Yes, breaks are just as important as doing the work to learn. Doing exercises and stuff. And I think I actually really needed that break because I had only missed one day of streaming since I had started, like I'd set a schedule and started it back in like February. And that one day was because I had to go to a government office and I couldn't do it on the weekend. And I know government offices always get very busy in the afternoon, so I took the morning to go and do the thing, and while I was out there I applied for jobs that of course I never heard back from. Waste of my fucking time. But at least that government thing got fixed. They had my mother's maiden name spelled wrong in the social insurance number thing, so I couldn't actually apply for certain jobs because I needed to use the government system to apply for those jobs, and they're like, your information is incorrect, and I'm like, I am 100% certain that I am correct in my information. So yeah, who knows how long that's been wrong and how that's affected my life. I think my expression says it all. It's like, why do I have such terrible luck with everything in my life? Maybe this was part of the problem. But not necessarily, because nothing seems to have changed. I still can't find work. Even after I fixed it. So, who knows? I think I just have really, 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 really bad luck. But that tracks for my family. And I'm just like, you know what, just roll with it out. It's just funny at this point. And Neff has booped my snoot. It is the boop snoot. Like the dope snoot. But it is the snoot. Like it's booped. The boop boop boop. Like, I know already ranted on about how some artists want to try and make up a union or something. Some people were like, don't bother, it's already too late, just accept it. No, absolutely we should fight for our rights as artists. I did link it on the Discord in, I think it was in the news or something. It was someone's response to AI art. It might have been in art. Someone's response to actually Shadiversity, who I was talking about earlier. And the way he doesn't think that AI art is theft, but like there are people talking in Congress about it, and it's like, so these AI companies are like, it will benefit America in the long run, and the guy who's part of this committee, he's like, so what you're saying is it will benefit American companies in the long run at the expense of American citizens when you take your AI and train it all on copyrighted works. So these artists whose skills you have effectively stolen and trained your machine on to barf out stuff that looks exactly like their style, reads exactly like their style, will lose money because no one will hire them, because they will give your company the money to just barf out whatever your dumb machine has been trained to make, without giving them any benefits in return. You know, there's no payment, you just take their stuff, copyright stuff, and train your AI. So it benefits American companies, not the American people. And I'm like, yep, that's about it. All of this, oh, it will benefit our country, is just a wash of, it will benefit our pockets. We don't care about the people. We don't care about the artists. We don't care about the future. We don't care about anything other than lining our own pockets. And that's basically what it comes down to. It's just like the excuse of, you know, we're protecting the children with these new rules to have people verify their age on the internet. And all that's going to do is decrease the security for everybody else, because it's going to allow companies like Palantir and whatnot. Oh, cats are having a scrabble. It's going to allow companies like Palantir and all these other advertising agencies and government agencies to know exactly what you're doing, when you're doing it, why you're doing it, and all of your information, so they can just feed you more advertisements. It's not about protecting the children. It's about controlling the people and lining their pockets. And it's never about protecting the children. It's just like the people who are quote-unquote pro-life. They're pro-life until the child's out of the womb, and then they don't give a shit about it because they don't want to pay the taxes for all of the government programs to help all these moms who have to take care of these children that they otherwise would not have had. And it's all to either line their pockets with money, or line their metaphorical emotional pockets with the I did a good thing and saved a life. But they don't think about the consequences after the fact. And it's just like, let people live and let people keep the stuff that's theirs. It's also the reason why I don't like to buy like digital goods, like games and movies. I do not want a digital movie library, because what's going to happen if that company goes under and they just close down? Like, the thousands of dollars that I would have spent on my movie collection or my music collection, etc., is just gone. Because you don't own anything. It's like back in the 90s and 2000s, my brother and I used to have the saying that Holdings Inc., we own stuff so that you don't have to. Do they think they'll just stop at artists? What if their job was threatened? Yeah, well, like, ultimately, people who are making AI, their whole purpose is to remove themselves from the equation. The whole point of the AI stuff is to get AI to be able to make more AI. Programmers who work on AI stuff to the AI that, you know, they seek in the future, is they're literally building the program that's going to put them out of a job. And it's why I won't take those jobs that, you know, there's so many of them, and I could earn a lot of money doing it. Writing test prompts for AI. I am a writer by trade and by my my degree in English rhetoric and professional writing. I could train AI, and I choose not to. I would rather be destitute, because I will not put myself out of a job. This is another reason why I unfollowed Shad, because if he feels that way about his drawing, like, he can draw, Shad can draw, but if he feels that way about his drawing, how does he feel about it with writing? You know, I'm glad I never bought his book. I wanted to buy his book because I'm like, well, I'll support another fellow artist who wants to grow, and, like, I'll give him a fair review of his book after I read it. I did not buy his book because I didn't have any money at the time, and I'm glad I didn't, because his next book's probably going to be half written with AI that's stolen from, well, everybody else. Like, those ones that are training their AI by ripping everything off of AO3. Like, holy shit, man. Like, there are some writers on AO3 that, like, if they just had the chance and wrote their own content with their own characters, like, they are absolutely fantastically skilled authors. There's so many fanfic writers out there who are tremendously talented. And they're like, I could write my own stuff, but I would rather just write fanfic. It's like, you know, that one person who draws, like, porn of Batman. Like, she could work for Marvel because she's so amazing, but she's like, nah, I'd rather just draw, you know, sexy Batman in his ass. And I'm like, okay, you do you. But, like, that's the great thing about art, is it's, you know, very democratic like that. People love her art, and they love her art of Batman, and she doesn't have to work for Marvel drawing Batman to draw Batman, because she just does it for fun. Two groups never make angriest gamers and anime people. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, your connection knocked out? I'm sorry. Well, Ross, at least if you miss anything I say that you think is important, you can always just go back and watch the VOD. Sorry, I've gone into, like, a philosophical discussion this morning, and I haven't done any painting. And poor Boxing T is like, I came here for painting. Well, yeah, yes, Uthway, I do agree, but, like, if you're a public school student and your art teacher is telling you to buy charcoal pencils that are, like, $100 for one semester of like, high school art classes, the charcoal from your fire pit is going to be just as good as the professional quality, because if you've never worked with charcoal before, you're going to struggle with it either way. Quite frankly, if the teacher wanted the students to have those supplies, they should have gotten supplies from the school and given them out to the students to use in the class. I mean, my high school was poor. I went over the egg baby thing earlier for the parenting class, where I had to have a boiled egg as my baby instead because we couldn't afford the dolls, thank God. And, like, when we did charcoal work in the class, our teacher had, like, a Tupperware container with some charcoal in it that she had collected over the years, and we would use that. It was like broken bits and various different brands and whatever. Some was high quality, some was low quality. Some, I think, probably came from a fire pit. I wouldn't be surprised. But you can get some good quality charcoal from actual fire pits. It just depends on how hot it burns and how long it burns. And yeah, I've gotten some pretty good quality charcoal out of fire pits before. In like a pinch, and I'd say for like a high school amateur art student who's just being introduced to a new medium, $100 charcoal pencils is like unacceptable to ask, especially like in Ontario. It's like that's just unacceptable. Yes, 12 pumpkins so far. On the other side is a spooky tree with an owl family and a skeleton hanging. Oh, is it like a it's like a figure, like a diorama or something? A figurine. Oh, diorama artist for my book cover. And art for a history book. And like, there are people out there who understand the value of actual art drawn by an actual human. Like, don't get me wrong, some of the AI stuff is amazing, and it gives me ideas for things that I never would have considered before. I don't hate AI art. I just hate the fact that it's trained recklessly on art by other artists without their permission. There are AI models, AI image generators that can that are trained ethically on stuff that's only public domain. But you know what? There's a reason why nobody uses them. Because they're bad. Because they're only trained on public domain stuff. So no one uses them. Because they just can't generate the kinds of things that real artists would, or that the other generators that are trained on stolen goods and talent can create. Because what those ones that are using the stolen works are doing is just they're just a cumulative archive of the talent that exists in the pool that they've taken from. And without the artists existing, those AI would not be able to exist either, and that's just the flat truth. If the AI has nothing to train itself, then it can't create it. If it's never been exposed to it, it can't create. Whereas humans, you just look at the history of our species itself, and we have the capability to be imaginative. We are idea generators, but we also use tools to assist in idea generation. One of those tools could be like ink blot tests, you know, the Rorschach stuff, where you take a bunch of paint, you slap it into a picture, and or into a piece of paper, and you fold it in half, and you get that weird blob, and you're like, oh, that's a cool, neat shape, you know, that it inspires me to create something new. That in itself is essentially what the AI image generators are, is just blobs, or in this case, groupings of pixels put together through mathematical means that creates something new, but something that lacks imagination. It just exists. And humans take those things and we create something new from it. So, like this picture, I was given AI references for the pose, and some like clothing references, and I've come up with something entirely new, and then I ended up with that weird merging thing, and I'm like, oh, she's like emerging out of the mist, or like part of the mist, or she is the mist is her. It's just, you know, an AI, like, you would be able to give the AI instructions to create something like this, And it could spit out, 15,000 iterations of this in like an hour or less, seconds really. And, but it wouldn't have the same life, and it wouldn't have the same story behind it. Like, you guys are all here experiencing this picture just as I am, but all of your experiences are different from what mine is. And I have this kind of silly little belief that art has its own kind of magic. And you know how people say AI stuff is soulless, even if it looks real. Like, you can't tell the difference between it and a real thing, it still lacks soul. And I think, art has its own soul in a way, even though, like, scientifically perspective views that, those things don't exist. But, I carry this belief into my character Nameless for LARP, where he collects these cards in the game called Frivolita, and they're kind of these saucy cards. And he's an incubus, but he doesn't want to have physical contact with people because he lacks trust. And also, I don't want to be the creepy player. So he collects these Frivolita cards, which fulfill a need for him. And the reason they fulfill the need is not just because they're, saucy and slightly pornographic in some senses. They're tasteful nude art, and is called art or Kunst in the game. It's referred to as art. When you go searching for these cards in like the shops, or you're talking to people, you refer to it as fine art. And the way it works with him is people desire these cards, and so they have that value attached to them. But they have the value attached to them in the sense that, like, they're saucy cards and people get satisfaction out of them for them being saucy cards. And that sort of affects the soul of the art in a way that feeds him not quite as well as an actual, like, act of, physical interaction would have for an incubus, but it supplants the need, so it's like a vitamin supplement in a way for him that feeds him. Not quite as well, it's not a replacement for the actual food, but in a way, it gives him what he needs to survive as one of his species, and that's just how it works. And the ultimate goal for him is to get himself on one of these cards, because then the desire people have for these cards goes through that card, or the cards of him that exist, and give him more power. And, like, the way I see art in the real world is, people have beautiful pieces that they love, whether they're, a digital print or the actual original painting or whatever. I think that people's feelings give art its soul, because, like, there are so many brilliant artists out there, but their work is never seen. And then, it's like the art piece kind of dies in a way because people don't desire it. Whereas you look at the Mona Lisa and everybody ascribes this life to it that you can't really explain. And that's that everybody knows what the Mona Lisa is. And it has a life of its own. It has a legacy of its own. And even if the painting is destroyed now, like if the original were to be destroyed, everybody still will know what the Mona Lisa is until probably the end of the human race. And therefore it becomes, in a sense, a life and a history, and in a way, it's almost like a deity. It's like a spiritual kind of thing. I know this is like really like crazy deep, especially for someone who's basically a scientist. Scientist at heart. artist in soul. And that's what I am. I would love to believe in ghosts and spirits and gods and stuff, and I can't, but I would love to. And that's part of the conflict that exists within me. Let's see. Oh, your internet's cutting in and out again. I need to read more stuff from AO3. Also, it's why I want to write both fanfiction and original stories. Both have been to varied results. Yeah, there's a fanfiction I do want to write from Mo Dazushi, which is Grandmaster Demonic Cultivation in English. It's a good series. So I actually want to write a fanfiction, but I'm afraid to. So in the meantime, I'll just do fan art. Let's bring up that little one. This is the one that I'm working on. No, it needs work. It was inspired by a bee sleeping in a flower. And I was like, what if these guys were like bee or insect based cultivators? So, brain rot exists, and I am 100% for it. The hardcover edition of the novels is coming, and I'm like, I need it. I have the soft cover. I've read them a couple of times already. I've watched the Donghua, which is the Chinese anime, like 6 or 7 times. I watched the live action once. I probably won't watch it ever again because it's weird. It's one of those like other culture things where it's like, this is a little bit too strange of television for me, and also the story's basically entirely different. It's in itself, it's a fan fiction, and it doesn't do the main characters much justice as the books do. The comic as well, the Chinese comic, again, really good. Leaves out some of the more important parts of characterizations, and as well as the relationship between the two main characters. So, like, yeah, I'm a writer. I have my own original stuff. Just like I typically only paint original things, I typically only write original things, but very rarely I have something that I want to do fan art of or fan fiction of. I have written a Sailor Moon fan fiction. It will never see the light of day because I wrote it in like 1996. And when I find the papers, I will burn them. Same thing with my Final Fantasy VII fan fiction. Wrote that in like 2001. Will never see the light of day, and when I find the book, I will burn it within a notebook. I will burn it. It will never see the light of day. No one will ever see it. Only Mewtwo knows my secrets. But I much prefer to create something new and original, but I do appreciate fan fiction writers and fan artists as much as I appreciate original creators. Mewtwo is laughing in the background. We know each other's secrets too well. Mewtwo and Sai know all of my secrets. Tyler only knows probably about half of them. Sometimes I can tell real art from my art. Maybe, though, I should go farther more than DA a few other places. Also more than Merfolk. With some stuff I'm like, wow, this looks very, wait a second. Yeah. I shared the wolf you made of me. I love it so much. I shared it with friends. Oh, the marketable plushies? The ones I drew on my birthday? Yes, I drew everybody as marketable plushies on my birthday. Who showed up. That was a lot of fun. Arias mentioned a marketable plushie on Dendronia on the server, and now I want to start drawing everybody at camp who I interacted with notably as marketable plushies. Doesn't sound crazy, and then again, a wise person sees themselves a fool. Yeah. That's the Dunning-Kruger effect, right? The one who claims they're the smartest person in the world is often the dumbest. The more they realize how much they don't know. Yep. But why not believe in alien ghosts? Why not believe in bug ghosts? I mean, why, like, there's ghost cats and ghost dogs, but why aren't there, like, ghost centipedes and flies and mosquitoes? And the ghost argument does not hold up. And they're like, well, they're not intelligent enough. And I'm like, what about ghost plants? All the ghost trees, the trees that we cut down to make America. And I say America as in, like, North America. You know, the absolutely gigantic 1,000-year-old trees that we cut down. It's so sad. I'm trying to get back into art more because I want to do illustrations for good and fan fiction. I just wish there were not so many obstacles. My not so well right hand being the most pressing obstacle among others. Finding girls definitely burn it as a mood. When only the writing. The drawings are fine, but the writing, There's a limit to what I will accept as embarrassing and still able to show to people. It's almost funny in my case because a few fanfiction ideas abandoned 20 years ago may finally be implemented in a few things. Like, there's nothing wrong with, like, taking an old thing and making it new again. Like, the first original thing I ever started creating was, The Legends of Kaya Silverstone. Like, it's a stupid title. Why is it called Kaya? I don't know. But, I was like, I like the way this looks on paper. And, that was it. And I created a character, and I started writing for it. And that was back in about 1996, 97. And through 98, I spent 4 months drawing a picture. And my dad's like, if you want to be a good artist, you got to draw a lot faster than that. I had a nosebleed on that piece of paper. I still have that drawing somewhere. I'm still proud of that drawing because for back then, like, it was like the best thing I could make. And then in 2002 or 2003, the year I graduated high school, my English teacher's like, write anything you want, 2 pages, double spaced, any subject. It can be fiction, it can be a report, whatever. It's your final project. I got 100% on that final project. And he said that if I continued writing with the imagination that I had, I turned in 16 pages, by the way, that if I continued writing with the imagination that I had, that I could be the next J.K. Rowling. Back then, that was a huge compliment. I mean, in a way, that's still a pretty good compliment, and he's the reason why I decided to go to school for English after I had graduated from police foundations and realized that I could not be a police officer because of the health issues that I had. And I still haven't really published anything to this day, and it's been more than 20 years since then. But, like, I'd only started reading Harry Potter a few months before that when the 3rd book came out. And, so, like, I took that as a huge compliment. It was the first time anybody had said anything like that to me. I know he was my teacher, and, like, he was a really kind dude, but he was also the kind of person that would tell a student when they were, like, really, really bad at something, and he would be like, okay, maybe you should try this instead. As an option instead of pursuing this further. Like, he was a realist, but he was kind. His last name was McDonald, but he looked like Colonel Sanders from KFC, and it was really funny. So it's just life things. I don't think I've ever told that story before. I may have told it once a long time ago, but not on stream, I don't think. Some like to be all like, there are no good or bad sides. Oh, okay. A ghost tree is a book. You can get books that are made out of recycled plastic now. Fun plushies for $15. Yeah, there's what was it? Yeah, I gotta find the picture. Oh my god, there's so many notifications. That's because this group chat. The hell was 9 p.m. CET? I'm assuming that's 3 p.m. Apparently I have a meeting today. Where's the picture? Where's the picture? Dendronia pics, I think it was. Yeah. Oops. Whoa! So many things. County Fair Day. Have a lot of fun. I hope you have oodles and oodles and oodles of fun. I love that rolling cow. That is so freaking cute. I have a birthmark on my face, and people used to call me a cow all the time. It was an unpleasant experience, but then I realized that if I just embrace it, they can fuck right off, because cows are amazing. They provide cheese and leather, and they like music, and they're funny. Cows are pretty great. What was I doing? I was sharing the picture of the marketable plushie of Lord Fox. Isn't it so cute? Oh my lord. I think my hot chocolate is probably cold chocolate now, and I can drink it. Indeed it is. Yes, cows like music. If you sing to them, they will come. If you play instruments, they will come, and they'll just watch you. Oh, it almost stayed. It's not the longest stay we've had on the can. There's a clip of that one somewhere. Alright, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Nature summoned me. So yeah, that's the marketable plushie, and it makes me just want to draw everybody as marketable plushies. But like, nicer ones than I did for my birthday, like actually take the time, because like Dean Birdman, he would make the best marketable plushie. And now we've got like a Wendigo. Toby's a Wendigo now. And we've got Reshirak, who's a dragon, and Etros, who is also a dragon. So we'll try though, and paid heavily for that. Yeah, yeah, you don't want that. I really should finish this one too. So many pieces that I've started and haven't finished. Meanwhile, poor Box and Tea, just like, I came here for art, and then I got like the life story. Oh man, the photographers have been following Arias around at the event, and I couldn't be happier for her. There's still no pictures of me at all. And I'm like, I really have to up my costume game for next year and my fitness, so I am not a lumpfish. But I'm just so proud of that costume that she made. She commissioned me. She's so pretty and cute and deadly and terrifying. Oh, I'm so glad it turned out so well. She's so cute. Isn't she pretty? It's all because she took a chance on me. Still needs a little bit of embroidery, I think. The embroidery design that I made for her. But it turned out so good, and she interpreted like the vest, the bust piece like so well. I don't think she got around to making the little hood. And she didn't get to make the little like frilly like autumn sleeve thing, but she looked so good. I think she did an absolutely fantastic job with it. See, she didn't. She's got even like the little poof around the shoulder, around the elbows there. I didn't put any shading on her picture at all, except for like in the bow area. I kind of wanna do a piece of art just for her. I'm just so happy with the way it turned out. haven't done much painting today, guys. I'm so sorry. We had a new person show up, and I had to show things, to have conversation. Mathis, what are you doing? Hi. Momers. Wide bed truck. We've been talking for an hour and 15 minutes. Convenient! I was about to take a sip of my not-so-hot chocolate now. This one's weird because it's supposed to be like s'mores flavored, but with like Aero chocolate bars. If you're an American, you probably don't know what they are. Aero is a chocolate bar we have in Canada. It's basically your standard chocolate bar, but inside there's like a whole bunch of air bubbles. And that's it. But this one has like a graham cracker undertone flavor to the hot chocolate, and had like little mini marshmallows in it that promptly melted in the hot water, as it does. It tastes weird. I got one of those variety packs of like flavors, and then I didn't have room in my luggage to shove any more in. Like, I had packets of regular hot chocolate just like shoved in places and corners and nooks and crannies. The same thing with like my soup and whatnot in my luggage. It's my packing system is wild. Like, I was putting stuff inside my lantern to use space in my luggage, as one does. It's like, oh, your lantern has air in it? That's unacceptable. Pack soup in there. Socks, soup, hot chocolate, coins, anything. Do not waste space in the luggage. There's my pen. I was like, oh god, did I lose my pen again? Crikey. Trying to find a way to sit relaxed at my desk and still be able to draw. Maybe if I tilt my monitor down at me, that might help. Is my tracking still good? My tracking's still good. Let's be a little bit lazy and lounge a bit today. Let's start getting our shading in, shall we? Our nice darks. I'm sorry, your connection is so ass. I would find that very frustrating when I move home in September. I really hope my brother will have fixed the internet, because their upload's like 5 megabits per second, whereas mine's like 20. And I'm hoping that that's not going to affect how I stream. least I won't have to constantly have the air conditioner humming in my fucking ear anymore. The air conditioner is on the balcony of my apartment, and like just right outside the wall, right behind me, and all there's the whole time. It's just the most annoying fucking thing in the universe. I'm going for a nap in the shade, Ross. Enjoy your nap. Oh, carpal tunnel. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, give it a rest. I was tested for carpal tunnel a few years ago. Turns out it was just bad posture. Which I'm glad for, to be honest. Hello, Velcro. Hi. There's a cat in front of me. Just when I finally sit down to start painting, always happens. Now he's nuzzling up against my pen. Hi, buddy. Who's a baby? Are you a baby? Are you gonna miss me when I'm gone? When you're gone? When we're both gone? You're gonna miss me, aren't you? Because I give you so many snuggles. Hello. Hello, handsome baby. Look, I just finally got the painting. People are here to watch me paint, buddy. Add some color here. And now he's licking my finger while I'm trying, not my thumb, while I'm trying to hold on to my pen. This cat. Ah! Ah! Okay, I guess it's cat cuddle time now. I see the big suck. What are you doing, huh? You wanna cuddle? Oh, it's purring. Oh. Well, I guess we've got to move some stuff, grab a microphone, and have some cat time. Fluffy Velcro. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you so much because you always snuggle with me. You're such a snuggly baby. I'm probably never gonna see you again. Oh no. Feelings. This cat has adopted me instead. He saw his cat, but he always hangs out with me. Guys, he's falling asleep in my arms. What do I do? I need to paint. Guys, what do I do? He's falling asleep in my arms. Help. Help. My life is a travesty. I just want to paint. There's this cat. You good, Vel? So quiet. Hello. You're like a baby. I can't draw when you're on my arms. Hey, Death, welcome back. It's a fun idea in Immortal Man. Many things he is 1,000 years or 50,000. But he's just in his 60s. How many think he is 1,000 years or 50,000, but he's just in his 60s. So he's just 60 years old, but he's immortal. He's just a baby immortal. Oh, there goes Velcro. I'm free again. That's actually kind of funny. Yeah, Nameless is ageless, and he can be killed, but fate intervenes to prevent his death. And that's his curse. So he can technically die, but fate will always intervene to prevent him from actually dying. And he hates it. Well, not so much anymore now that he's got, like, a home and stuff, but... You know. Focus here.
Silver 1754 says, art is magic, magic is art, and a relaxed mind is a creative mind.
Very much so. A fantasy as boop my snoot. It is the boop snoot, like the droop snoot, but a lot less sad. It is the snoot that gets booped. The boop snoot. This hand is finally coming along. Gotta get the fingers the right way. I'm terrified of... What are you terrified of? I've sent in the request for a cat. Didn't you send in a request for a cat like months ago? Create a new layer. Grab this color.
Death_Sand says, I am the Lorix. I speak for the trees. And for some bleeping reason, they're speaking Vietnamese.
What the heck? No, it took months to write and just did it today. Oh, okay. Thanks to the hydrate death. Paint density here. Think that you need to spend so much time on just one thigh, but you do. haven't got the lighting just right. It doesn't quite sell it. Oh, hey, Queen Boo. Sorry, I didn't see the chat moving in the corner of my eye there. Did you have any ideas, plans yet for the corset? Leave it flat like that, ultra detail. Just curious. How to transform this moment with the smoke. Well, so far we've got some nice lacy bits happening at the top. I did want to go with sort of a leather texture. New person, question mark? Who's the new person, Death? Queen Boo? Queen Boo's been here. I think Queen Boo came before you, actually. Queen Boo's been here a long time. For the corset, I don't know. We'll have more transformative moments, I'm sure. I am doing, like, I honestly don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing the best that I can. The hands are going very well, I think. I'm just working on more shading, a little bit of shape in the legs. I like to carry the shape from her right over to her left leg, so we have a little bit of more of a transformation in the knee here. That's the wrong brush. Correct the shape a little bit. That's a little bit better. Bring some of that light down. You don't want it to be perfectly symmetrical either, you know? The fabric, I think I might want to try and put like a Damascus kind of print on it. Sort of like a floral, but not quite. Just like the scroll work floral kind of leaf design you'd see. Really nice high quality fabric. It'll be very, very subtle if I do that. Just gonna change my position here a bit. The corset I'm just not sure about. I'll put some claws on her, but now I'm not sure I want to put claws. Yeah, for the corset, I have no idea. But I'm liking where it's going so far, with a little bit of lace. And of course, jewelry enhancements are always a thing. I'm assuming this is like a back tie corset, so you wouldn't see any lace or anything on the front. I do like where the shading is going today. need to have, like, an 18% zoom button. But I do like where the shading is going today. I've blended her thighs back into the darkness at the bottom, so there's not just like a cutoff, there's more of a mystery in there. It's kind of like the way her clothes have blended in. Still need to fix the tail a little bit. It's too long, but also I like where it's going out the back. It's just mysterious thighs. Thighs are mysterious, aren't they? The color enhancement that I did yesterday on the skin is really bringing her to life. She still needs that on her arms. I haven't brought the color up to her arms, so she's looking a bit pale and dead. In comparison to the rest of her skin. Her face, too, still needs a little bit more color. And the hair, the horns, the wings, the shoes, everything. Pretty far from being done, to be honest. But it's going a lot faster, and I think once I really get the skin down and like the hands and stuff, like it'll start going a lot faster. Because the rest is just texture and really adding light, shadow, highlights, dangly bits. But I'm really enjoying this painting. And even Zeogrim said he really likes the smoke texture that I've done, and the texture in the wings. Like, I still want it to look like a painting, so I'm not going to totally smooth it out, but the skin texture needs to be, I think, needs to be the smoothest part. Like, you want to... Yeah, it's the dangly bits. You want to be able to look at her and know how soft her skin is. You have to want to touch her. And she wants you to want you to touch her. Pardon me, I sneeze. I'm still feeling very crusty around the edges. But at least my thighs don't hurt as much as they did yesterday. There is that, at least. Come on, now I'm gonna drag this red up here. A nice little reflection from her skirts. My sneezes are cute. That's only because I was stifling them. So yeah, an aneurysm. My sneezes could scare a grown man. Gotta bring in the color again. Alright, a work function. I actually have to get in my cave and go see people. Well, try to have fun. Come on, I scared a police officer so badly once I screamed like a girl out of surprise. It's hilarious. I'll see you on Monday, Necromancer. You have a good weekend. probably, but the sentiment is there. To the hydrate fantasy. Is it bad that I'm using a map generator from the fantasy map for my live character? No. Map generator is a tool. Lots of people use map generators. There's nothing wrong with that. This uploads wrong. Called Land Laurentia. Sounds familiar for some reason. I've never heard it. Closest I can think of is Laputa. Ah, fuck, there's an eyelash in my eye. Ah! Death. Ah! Oh god. Ah, get out. Oh, it's the worst. Oh, I think I got it. Eyelashes are meant to keep stuff out of your eye. Instead they're like, oh, let me just get in there. It's the worst. Oh, God. Ugh.
Silver 1754 says, so much to do, so little time.
Tell me about it. Oh, goddess of fertility. Interesting. That's actually a good name for a land if the land is very fertile. Oh, there we go. That's better. Okay, she's not scrawny, so we're gonna... make a couple of minor adjustments here and there. Whoa. Let's take a short little break from this. Also, potential bitter irony. Yes, that's true. Something making the land no longer fertile. God, why do I default to this? You're a writer. That's why you default to that, because it creates conflict. It could have been called Larentia because it was very fertile at one point, and then they fell upon hard times, and that's the conflict for the story. Like, congratulations, you're a writer. You're not jaded. You're imaginative. You see potential. See, like, I didn't think of it that way. You just have a different perspective. Huge forest and farms. As produce, more food than they can eat. Well, there you go. And, like, part of the conflict of that place would be, like, what would happen to these people if suddenly real bad shit were to happen. Let's make the thumbnail nice and small so that when I see it in OBS, it gives me an opportunity to see where the problems lie. Like, there are anatomical problems with this, ones that I don't have the skill to fix at this point in time. So I think I'm just gonna have to move forward with what we've got. And I need to stop trying to, quote-unquote, fix it. I am so happy with that middle ground, foreground, background thing. With the smoke and the clothes and the, oh. That's the part I'm happiest with. The anatomy, not so much, but, for one, thighs are too long. The thighs are too long, way too long. But it could just be the way that she's sitting too, but also I'm pretty sure they're too long. I'm not good at foreshortening, and I need to practice that a lot more. Listen, just because you're self-aware you're a psycho doesn't change the fact that you're a psycho, yeah. My conflict was more with, the bleep church that didn't like non-humans. Ah! Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's go back to Reginald for a little while so that my eyes get a rest from this thing. Reginald can chill on screen for a bit so that my eyes can take a break from the succubus. She's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. Nameless is conflicted. My inner Nameless is like, God damn. God damn! Work with what you've got and do what you can. Sometimes you have a really good line, and if it doesn't fit, you gotta nix it. It's difficult, it's painful, it's hard on the soul, I tell you. But sometimes it's the best course of action. Save it for another story. See, like, that line would probably go very well in my story. Posture check. Everybody untrim thine spines. Ah! Stand up a little bit and do a little wiggle. Yeah, good stretch. It's gonna be an awkward stretch because I'm just like one eye half closed and the other one actually closed. I'm stretching my legs. My thighs need to move. I have to pack another box today. I haven't packed a box today. Which means I have to go down to the recycle area and find a box. Because I'm running out of boxes. Also reminded of a conversation from I'm your beast. The context being the agent refusing to do one more job. Consequences to your actions. That's what the bad guy says. The consequences to your actions when the good guy doesn't want to do the bad guy thing anymore. And he goes, no. Yeah. See? What did I tell you? It's the thing the bad guy says when the good guy doesn't want to do the bad guy thing anymore. So I went back to World Anvil to go and like use one of my worlds to delete them because I had some old ones that don't have anything in them and I wanted to delete them and they're like, oh, you need to have a subscription to modify this world, and I'm like, I shouldn't have to have a subscription to pay for a subscription to delete a world. So I'm never going back to World Anvil. And if my writing ever becomes popping, they're like, oh, would you like us to sponsor you? I'll be like, no, because you won't let me delete my worlds. I should be able to delete a world without paying a subscription fee just to get into the access to that world. It's like the most asinine thing I have ever seen. I'm looking through my wax seals that I've pre-made, and I found one that would have been perfect to give to Ivy, and I wish I had brought it. Fuck. This would have been perfect for her. God damn it. It was at the bottom of my, my little jar. Just fiddling with the shit on my desk right now. I need to decide what kinds of things I need for a wax seal kit and making protection sigils. So that I can make a belt pouch box carrying case setup thing. Kind of like how Kit makes his like alchemy pack and his medic pack and stuff. I'm gonna make one for making sigils for Nameless for next year so I can make copper. Mountains aren't a problem. Mountains are nice. Remember, you can always edit the map. Oh, I didn't want to damage my kingfisher feather. I have a flamingo feather somewhere. I don't know where it went. I've had it for years. It's probably one of my boxes in my parents' basement. Send me a photo of the map. I mean, that's editable. I mean, I would just redraw it. The big white blob in the middle is a huge mountain range. Yeah. I mean, mountains do be like that sometimes. What are all the little tiny white marks across the map? Yeah, I used to draw maps too. I love drawing maps. The Legends of Gaia thing that I mentioned earlier, I had a world map for that too. Oh, there's smaller mountains and hills, okay. Kind of weird map generator that it's a bit pixely. It's hard to read that one. But like that's a case where like if I found something I really liked, I just redraw it. Modify it to my needs. Bam, BRB. Hey, Conk, how's it going? Sorry, it's just off in the bathroom. Sitting awkwardly sideways on the toilet because the cat has decided to sleep right below the toilet.
Kinclopster says, today's meta, the ever-peak Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Well then. I guess we'll have to look up a picture of the Tyrannosaurus Rex at least. You're such a big boy. We'll take one from a game because it's more interesting. There we go. A dinosaur. He's a big boy. With little tiny arms. Personal space is sometimes optional for cats? Absolutely. Also, I wish I had some cottage cheese, because I just really want scrambled eggs with cottage cheese today for some reason. It's probably because I'm tired and crusty, and I'm just like, that's a comfort food for me. I don't have any cottage cheese. I only have sour cream, which would not be as good. Neff has redeemed a Streech. Ah! I turned my head just in time for that to slap me in the forehead. Right in my flower mark. Hope you're doing well today, Neff. Hi. It's actually cold in here. Why is it cold in here? So I just turned down the temperature too much. I got used to outside temperatures because I was outside for a whole week. Ugh. I refreshed my main YouTube page, and the top video is from Guard the Leaf, and it's Maine senator tells Canada to assimilate. And it's like, Maine can fuck right off. Maine can just foxtrot Oscar. Oh, we don't need that shit. Piece of shit, Maine. Nobody likes you anyways. We've got our mosquitoes. And poison ivy. Poison oak. Rednecks. Maine can fuck right off. The second largest and most completed T-Rex ever is Sue. We don't like the biggest. He stinks. Bro, Maine sucks. They have nothing. Yeah, they have trees and mosquitoes. Poison oak. You know, just... Yep. I mean, one of my favorite movies takes place in Maine. Lake Placid, such a good movie. Betty White, Oliver Platt, a couple other great names. Good movie. Betty White is just like pure gold in everything she does, but she's also pure gold in that movie too. He does. He isn't very complete. We know fairly little about him. He stinks anyways. His bones are smelly. He ate something rotten. That's when you blow up the bunker with everyone inside it. Just get rid of the evil fucks. Excited for next year. Yes, you're gonna get many hugs. I snuck up behind Arias this year and gently strangled her from behind. I was just passing it along from Aline. She snuck up behind me and strangled me from behind too. The strangle of love. Said he would work starting to convince Frank that humanity's last hope with embryos and breeders. Ugh. As everywhere else, life snuffed out Frank's reaction after they give their pitch. He decides to shoot everyone except salesmen. Sell anything to anyone except me. So it was objectively peak. We know lots about her and learn lots about T-Rex as a species. Yep. Well, I hope you get lots for it, Fantasy. I'm getting rid of any Harry Potter paraphernalia that I have. Just donating it to the thrift store. The only thing I'm keeping are my books. Because I have them in hardcover. It's better to have money than things. Oh god, why is it so cold in here? Maybe I am getting sick. My body has just been holding off. I don't know why today just feels so long. Like I've only been going for 2 hours and 40 minutes, and it's just like, it feels like I've been going for 5. So I think I might actually be getting sick. I probably picked up something on this stupid airplane. There were people coughing real hard on that airplane. The only thing I'm keeping are the hardcover books and the old Lego sets I have due to the love of Lego. Yeah. I have my old Blacktron Lego stuff. I keep that. And my Robin Hood castle. Big Grim Mini, and there's very fucked up ability to it. Yep. Well, I mean, that's the whole point of Punisher, right? RNA polymerase. What is an RNA polymerase, Conk? Like, I know what RNA is. But, I know I've heard the term before. But I can't remember it off the top of my head. I'm just too worn out and tired to look it up right now. Yeah, let's save humanity from the disaster we caused so we can rule over the ashes. That's exactly what rich fucks would do. Oh, legacies are getting from me like great and dad, and if anyone tries to steal that, they will meet an angry fantasy. Absolutely, they would. You don't remember it. That's fine. We'll look it up later, and we'll educate ourselves in the Science Channel on the Discord, probably. Maybe, if I remember. Gesundheit fantasy. Oh, I apparently switched back to the succubus again. We've gotten pretty far on the succubus today. I'm rather proud of how far it's come along. Was gonna try and have a little bit of a thumb peeking out there, but I don't think that that's going to work. Naff has booped my snoot. It is the boop snoot. Like the droop snoot. But it is the snoot that gets booped. The boop snoot. Okay, but like you're okay with it, but so am I. There's nothing wrong with being okay with that. Like, it's catharsis. It's not something that you would actually go and do yourself. That's the whole point of fiction. It brings catharsis, seeing the really bad evil get it in the end. That's why we have fiction like this, is because a lot of the times, in reality, people like that don't get the comeuppance that they deserve, because karma isn't real. Man, I love laying on the stairs. It's so nice. Media literacy W. What? change. Karma's just justice without satisfaction, and I don't believe in justice. Oh, finally, the hands. They exist in a way that I don't hate them. duplicate of that. Save it. See if we can... making micro adjustments now. Oh, that's looking so good. Ah! So proud of it. Now we've just gotta get the feet right. And then we're gonna move on to the detailing pass, where we finalize shading and highlights on the skin, the clothes, wings. And we'll consider putting in some claws. And some nice jewelry, maybe we'll give her some rings. And with that, I think I'm going to end today because I'm feeling pretty crusty. We are going to go raid Tubular Trolls, so we're off sailing to other waters. Everybody, thank you for joining me this week. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad you're all here. Well, you sent me a screenshot of the one you liked, so use that. That's just gonna have to be the way it is, Fantasy. Unfortunately. You still have the one that you sent me, so... good enough, right? I'll see you guys next time on Monday morning. Bright and early as usual. Thank you all so much for sticking around for me. I really, really deeply appreciate it. And we'll be back to working on this on Monday. I'm gonna give it a break over the weekend and see where we're at. Maybe I'll work on those 2 commissions that I have for the costumes, get them out of the way. Oh, hello, Black Shadow. Have we spoken before? You're definitely not a first-time chatter, but thank you for coming by. And Monday morning, I'll be back. Goodbye, everybody. I love you.